Welcome to Golden Owls TV. I'm your host, Avery Brooks, and I'm here with Regina McDuffie, City Manager for the City of Brunswick. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening or afternoon. How are you?
Yes, I am well. Thank you. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. A little exhausted from a lot of things going on, but other than that, I'm good.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you said that because let's go back and this show will actually air in November, but we're still in October and we just had the super fun first Friday, the Grimm Fest. You were the judge. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, well, we started planning Grimm's Fest a few months ago. The idea came up, and someone from the downtown development and their volunteers decided that we'd have a Grimm's Fest for Halloween, sort of for October. And it developed into, they said that they were looking at the kind of, not, I guess, the dark the fairy tales that were originally from the Grimm's tales, which are not that happy ending, Prince Charming type deal, since it was Halloween, which I told them, well, some people like that, so let's go for it. So they started to develop it, and it was just really, in my opinion, well done, for one thing. We had a great scavenger hunt during the um, during the day or the evening, and it was all centered around Jack and the Beanstalk and the giant being assaulted, I think they said, by Jack. So at the end of the day, I was asked to be the judge. My assistant city manager was the prosecutor, and Jack, of course, had a defense attorney who was representing him. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. I think everybody who participated in the scavenger hunt just had a really good time. The children were phenomenal. They were so ingrained. We had, they were wondering if they have people for and against, and the kids took that over just tremendously. They were so involved, and, they were shouting, to guilty, guilty, and not guilty, and it was so good to see them all immersed in that activity. So it was a lot of fun. I'll have to send you me and Jeremiah's picture so you can flash it up for us being the judge and the prosecutor for that. And yeah, it turned out really good. I think we had record numbers for First Friday. They said between 6,000 and 8,000 people were there. And yeah, really had a wonderful, wonderful event.
Yes, yes, we were very proud to film that event and got it all, captured all the fun. And it's actually, if you missed it, it's on YouTube. First, it's under Golden Owls TV First Friday, or you can watch it on TV, channel 1097, to see it on the big screen, which is so great. And I love, like you said, it was something that engaged really the whole family, but the children really got excited. And that was so fun to watch. And then I loved the interviews with all of the several of the business owners, shop owners, Susan Bates from Tipsy's, and all the different people who make downtown so special. And it was a lot of fun. So thank you for, I know you had a big job that day. So
Yeah, I was trying to find. I had that scavenger hunt on my desk, and one of the things, they had all the stores kind of working along with it, and so that people can go to the different venues and stores, and they got a stamp, for their scavenger hunt. And they had just some really cool things, which I'll read a couple of them. One said, Jack may be skinny, but you can always find him and Pete munching on their favorite garlic Parmesan wings, which was something for Skinny Pete's. It was so funny.
oh, okay.
Um, and then it said, you might catch Jack enjoy his favorite meal and getting a dose of his daily prescription. And of course, that was for Reed's Apothecary. So yeah, there were, just really these cool little things to guide people to the different venues during the scavenger hunt. And I think it was just really a lot of fun.
So much fun. Yeah. And I don't think y'all had ever done that before, right? And
This was our first annual. We are thinking about making it an annual event, but I guess we'll have to kind of change the themes up, and that kind of thing. But yeah, we think we'll do something related to Grimm's fairy tales every year.
right. Yeah. Super creative to come up with all of those different ways to connect the fairy tale into the scavenger hunt and all of that and incorporate the businesses as well. So it was so fun. The show turned out just great and just so much fun. It really showed every different aspect of First Friday, including Grimm's Fest. So um, anyway, thank you for that. So now let's talk about November. We're coming up
Okay.
to Thanksgiving, and but tell me what's going on in the month of November with the city.
Well, one thing, we've been talking about our recreation program, so they have gotten off to a great start. They are registering for basketball right now, and they'll have their registration, I think it's up through November 10th. So recreation, get out and, register your kids. We're going to try and, I guess, engage and motivate people to participate by having some little giveaways for registration. So we're going to be giving away some basketballs and maybe some sneakers and things like that, just to incentivize our participation in recreation. So that's, and our registration date is through November 10th. The other thing that we have, of course, First Friday for November is coming up, but November is also Porch Fest. And Porch Fest has been a wonderful event for the city, just bringing people in and showcasing Brunswick and showcasing downtown, and just getting people, involved in our neighborhoods downtown, and a lot of fun. It's going to be really big. They said they have over 25 food trucks that'll be there. There's over 50 bands that will be, or performances. Some of them aren't bands. They are just performances or engagements or activities and things like that happening around the neighborhood downtown. So it'll be in the historic district downtown. The biggest part of it is at Halifax Square, which is right near the Lover's Oak intersection of Albany Street and Prince. So that's, near where the most activity is going to be. And then there will be bands located and activities located within probably a 4 to 6 block radius. So lots of stuff going on. We're expecting a great crowd. Hopefully the weather will be good and we'll have a great time downtown again for November.
Yes. What is the date of Porch Fest?
It's November 12th.
12. Okay.
It's on a Sunday and it starts about noon and it goes to about 6. So it's a really compact event. A lot of things, a lot of people driving around in their golf carts. There will be a trolley so that when people are parking on the periphery, because we will have to close some streets for it. So people parking, there will be a trolley going around to pick people up and drop them off closer to the sites and that kind of thing. So we are trying to get people parking, outside of the perimeter and being able to be transported over to the event.
Right. No, that's a great idea. So that I feel like Grimm's Fest and First Friday in October sort of kick off this fall season, leading us into the holidays. It sort of kicks off the fun during this fall season, starting with First Friday, Grimm's Fest, then Porch Fest, and then the Christmas parade. So we have 3 big events in a row for the city of Brunswick. So that's exciting.
Yeah. And, we have been working, we kind of got a little bit of our, I guess, crossed on ours a little bit, because we started putting up our Christmas decorations a little bit early, mainly because we had a lot of checking and things to do with the Christmas decorations. So we were trying to get them in. We had a contractor come to help us, and they were scheduled to come in the 1st of October. So it kind of threw a little bit of a something with our Christmas decorations going in while um, our Halloween was still, starting out. So that
Right.
kind of caused a little bit of a snafu, but we are trying to work through it, and not infringe too much on Halloween. But we are very excited about expanding our Christmas decorations. We'll have more lights in our trees, and we'll have more lights in like Hanover Square, where we didn't have many lights last year, but we're trying to expand the lights there. We're trying to make it almost a mile of lights down Newcastle Street. So we have, just a large number of lights that are being put up right now throughout the downtown area.
Wow. Yes, I'm sure it's kind of hard to coordinate because you do, like you said, you have to get started early. There's so many lights to put up. You always want to put more lights up than the year before, but it's like, wait a minute, how early can you start? You're going to start in September next year.
I know. Well, we got a little bit of pushback from putting up the Frosty the Snowman during October. So yeah, it was a little bit fun that we were doing that, but it's all in trying to, do these things to help people have a great time, have a great experience downtown.
Yes, absolutely. And I think these shows, especially that First Friday show, really showed that off. And we also included some of the history and how First Friday has changed over the years. And it was very interesting to hear the perspective of some of the business owners and what they've seen over the years, and just fascinating. So very exciting. Okay, what else for November?
Well, of course, Thanksgiving, there are a lot of food drives going on. So a lot of different things happening during November. But Thanksgiving, we will just have our normal holiday and be ready to get ready for Christmas, I guess. The city has a lot going on right now. We're working on our housing program. We're still working toward our public transit system. I'm very excited to say, public safety wise, we are doing well with our staffing levels, with our fire department and police department. Got a lot of new people coming in. We're thankful for, people committing to be a part of our family here at the city of Brunswick. Have a lot of personnel changes, and that often happens in organizations. I always don't like personnel changes too much, but sometimes you get good people in, or have the opportunity to bring in new people, which can enhance and grow your operation. So with the pains of losing some of our people, we also get new people in. So I guess it's sort of a trade-off, but it's always difficulty with turnover in the organization. But we're doing really well right now. And I'm thankful that, some of the efforts that we put forth to enhance our public safety pay and benefits and things like that has paid off and has attracted a lot more people to our organization.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, it sounds like you're on an upward trajectory, right? To going in a good direction with lots of momentum and fresh ideas. Sometimes new people can bring fresh ideas, which is fun. So it sounds like it's all good, and you're gearing up for the season. So
Yeah.
yeah,
On that same vein, of course, we have the election coming up November 7th.
yeah.
And we do have candidates for the South and North Ward. There are 2 candidates for the South Ward and 5 candidates for the North Ward. So they feel like there may be a runoff in the North Ward because there are so many people. And we will have 2 new commissioners come January, because Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Julie Martin and Commissioner Johnny Kaysen are no longer running for office. So we will have 2 new commissioners coming in next year.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's big. That's big. That can change the dynamic.
It can.
Mhm. Yeah. So the mayor's still here. That's all good, right? Okay. Yeah. Um, recreation is going well. Any lost updates? Or are you just sort of rocking along with those projects?
Well, actually, Splost, we just started our new Splost. We've collected over $3 million so far this year. We have not started spending that funding yet. We will start spending it soon. We have some things that are coming up, as a matter of fact, for approval in November. We have some expenses for the storm drainage, road improvements that we're doing. We're going to be buying some additional police cars, hopefully, if they're approved by the commission, and doing some other work out of the new Splost. So that money is definitely needed for improvements to our community. And we're thankful that it's coming in a little bit above what the projections are. So we'll have, if the cost of things continue to escalate as they have in the recent past, we can be assured that the budgets that are set will be met, because we'll collect a little bit more money than was projected. So we're excited about that. Glad to have that money coming in right now and being able to continue our improvements to the community.
Yes, absolutely. It's always good to keep things at least at the same level, but then to get a little bit more is even better. So,
Yeah, that's definitely very good
very good.
to have, that extra money coming in, because we really can't afford to support capital improvements. There's so much out there that needs to be done. I mean, the police and fire department, they always have needs in trying to make improvements. So we are thankful to have that money available so that we can continue to make improvements in the community. Um,
Yes. Have you noticed, speaking of improvements, I know you've done a lot of work with the homeless. Homelessness has been an issue that y'all been working on, as well as traffic. I know you sort of redone some of the lanes and tried to make some improvements there. Have you noticed differences, improvements from what the work that you have done already?
Well, we hope to, there were some things that we did just as simple as removing some benches in places where we thought, it would help not have the congregating of people. We want it to be safe in our community for everyone, including the homeless people. But we also want it, not to infringe on businesses and things like that to the point where it's a negative impact. So we have to make decisions, for the good of the whole. And I think the commission has done a good job of that. And we will continue to work not only to support the businesses, but to also, provide whatever services and things we can for the homeless. That's been an ongoing challenge, and I think we have improved the environment in Brunswick with that. I mean, of that aspect lately, but it's always going to be something that needs improvement. We will have another meeting. I think we're planning a town hall during November for just to talk about where we are with the homeless population and the issues surrounding that.
Right.
So it's an ongoing conversation that the city, county, and other public and private agencies are having.
Yes, absolutely. Ongoing, in progress. Um, any updates on bats, the transportation?
Well, on the transit, we are looking at putting out an RFP for request for proposals for transit services in the community. And that's kind of something that the city of Brunswick and the county is looking at. And we hope to be able to have a program to start in middle of the spring next year.
Great. Wow, that's coming up soon.
It is. Time is just moving on, and there's so much to do. and so many things, that we're working with right now.
Right, absolutely. Well, yeah, I think all these changes obviously are in progress, little by little, and will continue. But I think what's fascinating about First Friday, and I know First Friday's been going on for like 20 years, right? It's been going on for a
It's been
while.
quite a while. I'm not sure exactly how long, but I think they've been doing it for quite some time.
But I feel like maybe it was just sort of like slow to get started and then sort of steady for a long time. And I feel like lately in the past, I don't know, I'll say last 5 years, it's just like after the pandemic, it just kind of boomed, I feel like. So that's been interesting. Talk about improvements. That to me has been one of the biggest improvements and
Well,
areas of growth.
it's actually, well, the visibility of it, I think, is the biggest part because people see the change. They see the improvements downtown. They, feel the atmosphere when they're there. And so it's a big improvement that people recognize because you can see it. It's visible.
Right.
And I think, a lot of the things that we've done in the community, sometimes aren't as visible as that. But also, it gives us exposure. I'm glad to say that, people come downtown and they anticipate having a great time during the First Friday. So there's no hesitancy of them, engaging and coming down and being a part of it. So I think that momentum has built up over the last 3 or 4 years, and hopefully it will continue.
Yes, absolutely. And not only so many of the people we interviewed for on First Friday were local people that have been here and coming and have noticed the changes. But you said there were thousands there, so I think as have talked about before, I think Brunswick is becoming a tourist destination. So not only are people coming over from the islands and local residents enjoying it, really is becoming a tourist destination. So anyway, it's fun to see, and like you said, it's such a visual way to confirm the progress and the growth in Brunswick. So
Yeah. I mean, the restaurants are thriving, the businesses are thriving, and as you can see, there's growth. The Crest building, they finally took the fence down in front, but then there was a fence that went up down the street. So just seeing that, people are investing in downtown is very exciting and very good.
yes, very exciting. So we may actually keep that show up, the First Friday show, another month. It's just a fun fall show, and we might just air it for a little bit longer, or catch it on YouTube. Anything else before we wrap up today?
Well, no, I just want to, thank you for, getting the word out and helping people continue to be interested in city government and what we do here in Brunswick. And also, I'm very excited about the Christmas lighting and hope that it can be everything that we expect. And we'll look at it going forward. So thank you again. Happy Thanksgiving, and have a great rest of your fall season.
Thank you. Same to you. We appreciate it, and we will see you next time for more Golden Isles TV.
Thank you. Bye.
Experience the splendor. Experience the escape. Experience exclusivity. Experience low-country luxury at its finest. Experience the exceptional at Oaks on the River Luxury Boutique Resort on the historic downtown Darien riverfront.
Welcome to the porch here on St. Simon's Island.
This beach cottage, it was a beach cottage here forever, and we just tore it down to the studs and built a restaurant out of it. I had an idea about Nashville hot chicken. I spent 20 years in Nashville, Tennessee. We're gonna need to provide something healthy, like salads, roasted bone-in chicken, fried shrimp, fried catfish. But here we have Mother Clucker Monday, Taco Tuesday, Healthy Hump Day, Taps Thursdays, Rosé Fridays. The thing that makes this restaurant are the people.
Yes.
Like hands down.
Right. And when you drive by, it's very inviting.
I'd like to thank all the people that have worked with us throughout the years, and
We've got a great staff.
just everyone that's had anything to do with Palmer's Village Cafe. We have a great chef, great staff.
You're known for your food, of course, and the chef has everything to do with the food and what goes on in the kitchen.
We're about a 90% scratch kitchen, so we take pride in breakfast and
Right.
try to do it from scratch.
Mm-hmm.